Welcome back to our final day of coverage out here at the American Century Championship.
I don't want to leave.
You're a good actor.
I do want to leave. San Francisco Dead Shows. Anyway, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
It's all brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Epic razors, epically affordable. Find them in stores or online. And you can hear it in our voices. We're slowing down. Yep. We're slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
But craps happened.
Yeah.
We all went out as a crew. We finally got stugotz out at the tables. It's the first time I've ever gambled with stugotz out here in Tahoe. We had a good time, and we've got a really good show for you to close out our coverage. You know, God Bless Football is bringing it. The Get-Up-Gets, Aaron Rodgers joining stugotz
my quarterback
on that show. Mike Golick. It's good to see the Golicks out here. We've got The Miz. We've got Jayson Werth, and we've got a bunch of big-name guests that we are trying to get for you, our audience, before we wrap up our coverage out here. Stugotz, are you dragging ass like I am?
Yeah, I'm hurting. It's more about the last 3 weeks for me than it is about this week.
It's not just this one.
It's more about Bob Weir deciding he wanted to run it back.
Right.
Yeah. It's more about my trip to Boulder, my trip to the Gorge.
This is just the culmination of all of it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm hurting, but I love this place, so I'm excited. I got to tell you, I want to talk about craps for just a second because you guys have been talking about it all week. The game is boring. It's a dumb game.
Boring.
No, the game's
there
electric.
are too many lulls in the action. I love blackjack, okay? $100 hand blackjack. Just get straight to the sex, man. I mean, seriously. It takes forever. I won $100. I sat at that table for 2 hours last night.
But that's
the
point.
joy of it.
That's the point. But also we were
Guy
playing,
rubbing his dice on the felt for 4 minutes at a
There-
time.
oh
Just
my
roll the
God,
dice,
that was
dude.
actually kind of insane.
but there is no felt, which is
whatever.
part of the reason why this game dragged a little bit more is because
It
was,
did drag, right?
It was digital crap, so it has a timer, whereas like the traditional felt tables, like it's a much quicker pace to it because everyone kind of feels the pressure to move on as opposed to the institutional 30 seconds that you have to wait.
Right, but this guy was like the Miz of craps.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah. He definitely took a long time. I've never seen somebody that actually has to roll a double five to throw his
To then
dice.
throw it.
Yeah, like what I do is I grab the dice and I put sevens up. That way I can toss it, but I don't have to roll a seven and then roll my dice on the crapshoot.
I also love the fact that Jeremy and Lewis, who have been trying to teach me about craps the entire week, I sit down at the table.
This is amazing.
I start betting the field. I start doing, I don't know, some horn thing, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Hard ways. I called them Hardaways like 50 times.
Yeah.
Timmy Hardaway. These guys started following me.
This is
I was on a
exactly
run.
what happened.
Dude, you killed it just betting fields.
So
you killed it.
It was amazing because Stu sat down, watched me and Lewis, and was like, I have no idea what this game is. He watched about probably 10 rolls and was like, all
Before
right, I think
in.
I get the point. I get the point. I'm going to sit down. And starts gambling in ways where it wouldn't have necessarily been the advice that you would have given, nor the advice that I would have given. And you start sort of throwing money on a few different things. And then I realized, I'm pretty sure Stugotz is beautiful minding this. Because all of a sudden he's winning everything, and so I went, all right.
No, it was,
I wasn't planning to gamble again.
Jeremy
and
followed
I
suit
literally
and
just
won.
followed exactly what Stu was doing. Went and sat down
Easy
and won
game.
$300.
I'm going to say this out there, and please don't take offense.
Challenge me a little bit.
And don't take offense to it. Just let it sit there and we'll move
boy.
on. But if you've seen the movie Rain Man, you know what I'm talking about. When Tom Cruise takes Dustin Hoffman to the casino. But it was like just a dumb Rain Man.
It was amazing.
Well, thank you.
It was a dumb,
I'll take it.
It was just as effective. I made
was
negative
great.
10 cents last night, but I had 11 bourbons.
Well, then
So you made
won.
it back.
And I
Big
was trying,
winner.
and I was trying to tell everybody because Baker Mayfield was playing craps like right next to us.
I
I'm
couldn't
like,
hear you when you
"It's
told
Baker,
me. I know.
It's Baker. And
I'm
everyone was
sorry.
like, where's Baker? I'm like, it's Baker.
Mike's telling us that Baker's like at the table right next to us, and 10 minutes later I go, I haven't seen Baker yet this week.
That's hilarious.
Last night was really great bonding for the whole crew. It was the annual player mixer where all the players in the field get together and try to play a game of Funniest Guy in the Room. Not as funny with JT not there because
What do
JT
you
likes
mean?
to be class clown, not the real JT. Oh, please stop going with
Yeah,
this bit,
it's
man.
bad.
No one
Fine.
likes it.
All right, fair enough.
Hasn't worked yet.
But then we had the food trucks. We were bonding. So, like, a good time was had by all. And we're later today, we're going to be playing a round of golf. And
We're playing golf today, boys.
Yeah,
It's a good day.
Jeremy doesn't have clubs, so he's got to rent. He hasn't
No.
swung a club, and I haven't played golf since the last time we were out at Tahoe. Truth be told, I was hoping Chris Cody would come so I wouldn't have to golf, because what happened on 17 last year where I hit a good shot and didn't hit anybody, for me, that was it. That was worth it. And there's no way I do that 2 years in a row. Stugotz, you saw me take my first warm-up swings
Yes.
late yesterday.
Was not promising. You took 8 swings. You didn't hit the ball once.
Yeah.
I told you to keep your head down, which is the worst advice you can give to someone.
Just
Yes.
swinging over.
Mike, keep your head down. Slow it down on the back.
The swing looked good. It's just
It always looks good, but you like
the swing looked good, but the actual hitting of the ball wasn't good. You know how TJ Oshie hit 4 of 6 against Russia?
Yes.
I was the opposite. Bobrovsky was all over me. I didn't have a move for him.
No, it was not. It wasn't. Listen, Mike, I've told you before, and I'm telling both of you right now, I've played golf my entire life, and I'm merely average at it. And I'm not even certain average is the right description for me. You have to play like every single day. I just told Jeremy, no matter what you do between now and the time that we play today, you're going to be bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've never played golf, man.
I think I'm just going to stretch a lot. That's it, just so that I don't hurt myself, because that would be the most embarrassing result.
But the beauty of the format we're playing, which is best ball, is you just got to contribute. That
Just
was
need
Mike's
one.
attitude headed into it. Just give me a couple of moments.
Yeah.
And you had a couple of moments last time.
Had a
you
couple
played.
of moments last time. The moments we're playing with a much better golfer this time out. Marty Fish has officially gotten sick of us.
Yeah.
And he does not want to play golf with us anymore. I woke up to that text. So we're going to be playing with Adam Thielen,
Right.
who's a terrific golfer.
And one of
Feeling
Marty's
pretty good
best
about
one of Marty's best friends. What happened?
He's been workshopping his Thielen puns ever since he heard this news would come up.
I know, but I stepped on it. Say it
Yeah.
again.
I said I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I got a feeling.
That's the limit of the workshop.
That's it. We're not going to do it
The-
to him.
So
gotta get it out now.
I'm
yes,
just
we will.
I'm just hoping Thielen hits a great shot on 17, so I could either fake an injury or just kick the ball off the tee. I'm like, we're just gonna use his. You don't need me to see.
What's your issue with 17, man?
17 is really
There's
intimidating, dude.
There's people. There's people everywhere. On the
So
course.
no, 17's the party hole. The
Yeah.
DJ's going on. No one gives a crap about being quiet up there. It's a party, and the gallery is right on top of you. This is where Chris Cody
mocking you. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the waste management.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
they don't hesitate to mock me. I'm easy to mock out there, but you don't want to hear that. I'm feeling pretty bad about my game anyways. I don't want. They're just
This
piling
is gonna
on.
hurt.
So
Right.
it was the most nervous I've ever been doing something athletic. Was going to 17 and just being like, please God, don't hit anybody, because Ray Romano golfs all the time and he hit Chris Cody on that hole.
Right. I remember Greg Cody hitting a tremendous shot on 17.
That was
many
year
years
one. I wish I would have been out here with Greg
Yes.
Cody. That's a great segment. If we can, if you can go back into the annals of time and do the ASMR Greg Cody, oh bleep me, golfing experience.
So what is your strategy on 17? You let Thielen go first.
Yeah.
And then if he doesn't hit one well, which he will, by the way,
Yeah.
you pray that I do,
Yeah.
right? And then it gets down to you
So,
two after that. If
certainly not
neither
gonna
of
be
us
me.
do.
Yeah, last year-
But you want us going first on that.
Last year I
Yeah.
went first. And it was a lot like what's going to happen this year is we're not starting on 1. We're not playing 1 traditional
Okay.
through 18. We're starting, I think, on 13. So we're not going to have a lot of time to. And I hadn't hit a good shot yet.
17's coming quick.
That's so fast.
I hadn't
Right
hit
in
a
your
good,
face.
Yeah. I stepped up to the tee box on 17. So I'm a lot worse than I was last year. I was playing, for me, like fairly semi-regularly. Been able to play, and not all my clubs are fitted because Stugotz lost. Didn't care about my hybrid saying at his course. He just left it there.
I think it's in my bag.
That's kind.
Yeah, but
I
thankfully,
think you pull it together today, Mike. I do. I think you're going to have a decent round. I got a
pull what
feeling.
together. Oh, we're gonna annoy him.
I want to go back
Just
briefly.
for the record, he's a Carolina Panther right now.
What?
Yeah, just so everybody
Just
knows
Just
that.
so you know.
Really?
Yeah, just so you know. Don't ask him about Kirk Cousins.
Huh.
Like
Interesting.
he's a Panther now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
DJ Moore still there?
No, he's in Chicago.
What?
Yeah. It was a big trade to help out.
Maybe I should
Justin
start
Fields.
watching sports again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it-
Well,
If you
that
want
wasn't
to,
made evidently clear.
friendly reminder: if you want to watch all the coverage from the American Century Championship out here, they've extended their coverage and they're going to be on Peacock live throughout the weekend, and then I think 3.5 hours on main NBC on Saturday and Sunday. This has become a big ratings draw. We heard the history of this tournament, and it was impossible when you think about what it's become now, where they're expecting 70,000 people here.
Yes.
The first year that they did this, they barely scratched 1,700. They had to beg people in the hotel lobbies to come out here. And now this is one of the bigger events. If you want to see autographs or see all these famous people, this is a place to be. Can you hear last night gurgling up?
I can hear it.
Right here.
Yeah.
The Lucky Beaver is right here.
That's horrible.
I recognize that. Yeah,
I played video blackjack last night at 3 o'clock in the morning because that was the only way to get service at the bar. You had to bet. So
it was already
I can
so
attest
late
blackjack
when
moves
I
fast.
left. Going back to the mixer.
Jeremy, I'm sorry.
Okay,
he's gambling again.
He is gambling again. Stick it back to the
55
the
bourbons,
mixer.
55 wings.
Yeah, right.
55 beers.
I feel bad for you.
Nah, don't. This is me at my best. I'm flourishing right now.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
having a
Jeremy.
No. This is the best. I was gonna say the guy who's really flourishing the most when it comes to being around celebrities, I actually think is Lewis. I actually think it's Lewis because last night he got up from his seat. We were sitting with Mr. Nick Casanova, the man behind what feels like all of us being here.
Yeah, shout out to Nick. The only
Nick.
reason that we're out here is because Nick Casanova likes our show.
He's incredible. And so we were hanging out with him, sitting at his table as he's about to put on a slideshow for everybody at this mixer. Lewis gets up and Larry Fitzgerald replaces him. So I'm sitting at a table with Larry Fitzgerald. Vinny Del Negro gives me a little fist bump on the shoulder, definitely thinking I'm somebody he knows that he doesn't actually know.
Nice.
But as I see Lewis go off into the corner, I see him chumming it up with Devontae Adams and Derek Carr. He looks at Derek Carr. He's like, yo, you want to help me make my friends jealous? Will you take a picture of me? He says, yeah, you got to ask this guy. He looks over at Devontae Adams, goes, hey, D, you want to get in on this selfie? What happens? Lewis gets a selfie with both of them, sends it off to his friends, carrying himself out of there with swagger like nobody else in the building.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed.
Lewis has a vibe about him.
Yeah, he does.
And it's basically pot dealer. That's a vibe.
Why don't you use that vibe to get him on the show instead of taking
Yeah.
selfies? How's that sound?
I just realized that this has been probably too much thigh, and I did so on the last day of our coverage.
For the entire time we've
this
been
is
here.
way too much thigh.
Too much thigh. Tie.
Video blackjack. What a thrill this is. Jayson Werth has joined us on the inflatable couch, and he doesn't seem to care about much.
That's great.
Did I ever?
It's an amazing attitude you have about life. It really is. Just carefree.
It doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
I love that.
I love that.
I love that.
I know.
This is a champion.
Yeah, Jason, curious, what have you been up to?
Where you been?
Great question.
Let's hear it.
When you want to know?
I want to know everything because
Take us through every
there
day
is
since
a-
you retired
yeah,
from
basically
baseball.
since the
you're
day
a
you left.
vibe. You're a vibe, right? Right now and always. In your playing days, you were a vibe.
I'm a pretty private person, so I don't like to let out what's going on.
Oh, I'm up for
We're
this
gonna
chat.
try.
Yeah, we're
dig
gonna
in.
try.
I did-
We're gonna
Good
try
luck.
this. We're gonna crack.
I
you
did
open.
have a little birdie tell me something about airplanes, but that's all I got. The only word I got was airplanes. So I feel like I can let you go from there. But is there anything involving airplanes in your post-playing career?
I mean, I guess. I don't know who told you that. If I can get their name at the end of the show, I'd appreciate that.
Are you
I'll be
thinking
sure
of
to
some
let you
names
know.
right now that possibly?
No,
no?
I mean, plenty of people know, but I mean, I fly an airplane. I guess it's no secret.
I like that. I like that. All right. Well,
All right.
that's a good
He's
start.
gonna make us work right now.
No, I love it. No, I'm down for
I
it.
mean,
Better Jason Werth doppelganger. Oh, there's just Ray Allen
Ray Allen,
casually.
just-
Hey, Ray.
Game 6 forever.
What's
Thank
up,
you
Ray?
so
This
much
As
for
close
that.
as we're gonna
Game
get to
6
getting Ray
forever,
on.
Ray.
I
Yeah,
know,
we're not
Ray.
getting him on.
Game 6 forever. Statue
There he
You
goes.
Ray.
saw me forever, Ray. Thank you. God bless you, Ray. Hey, get that rope out of here. Yeah.
Borrow $1 million?
Yeah.
All right, we got it.
I was thinking more of like a Miller Lite.
We'll figure it out. We'll see you tomorrow.
We're not LeBatard.
All right.
Better doppelganger. The professional wrestler Edge or Taylor Hawkins, the late Taylor Hawkins.
oh, that's easy. Edge for sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When the first time you saw him, you're like, holy.
I had his real name as my alias for most of my career.
Really?
Adam Copeland?
At like the
Adam
hotels
And you
and
use
stuff?
Adam
Oh,
Copeland?
that's great.
That is what a revelation.
I don't know if
See,
he's-
we're
That's a
getting
great
him.
revelation.
I don't know if he knows that, and we've never met. But
See, this is some great info that we're getting. That's a
Yeah.
good start.
if you know him, maybe tell him. I guess I don't know.
Were there
We'll
other
be sure to put
considerations,
pictures on
or
the
that you
screen.
just knew that was it all along?
Abe Froman was a good one. That was my favorite one.
So
Werth, you're the coolest person here. You know that?
Yeah. You just give off the whole vibe, man. We all know it.
You're a person to ask about this because earlier this week, Stugotz had an epic, embarrassing moment where he spoke.
Stugotz, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
he spoke to Stugotz spoke to Aaron Rodgers for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Stugotz is we've had Aaron Rodgers on the show a dozen times.
I've
Stugotz is a
hugged
big
Aaron Rodgers.
Jets fan.
You didn't even know who it was.
No.
He was talking to Jake Owen.
He was
and
talking to
not
Jake
Aaron
Owen the
Rodgers.
entire
See why?
time.
Thank
No,
you.
no,
Werth,
Jason,
you're my guy.
no.
That
Until you get close enough to see the size difference, then there's
that's
no
it.
chance.
They hugged
No,
each
but
other.
I got close enough. No, we hugged twice, okay?
Yeah.
And
That's
Owen just sunk
terrible.
into it and just kept playing along and playing along and playing along. Right?
It's embarrassing, but it's
Yeah.
like I said, move on.
Okay,
So
thank you.
has anyone spoken to you thinking that you were either Adam Copeland or
I get the edge a lot. Like people, they come up in like grocery stores and stuff, like wrestling fans. They get all excited.
so you're a
biggest
victim?
Most of the time when
Do
I
you
get
play along
when I
ever,
get
though?
Do you ever
recognized,
pretend?
most of the time when I get recognized, it's because they think I'm the edge. No one else, everyone else is like they think I'm. I
Come
don't
up and
know,
see
There's
Jason
no way
Werth.
that's
some
Jason
guy
Werth.
that works at Whole Foods or something.
But have you ever sunk into it and I just played the character and like, yeah, I'm him? Like,
No, it's like no, you're wrong.
So
Jake
you're
not
Owen-
quite Jake
Jake
Owen.
To me, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
it's a
should
little
have stopped me, right?
Oh, he played along.
Yeah, oh, no, he played along for 20 minutes. I'm like, no, listen, Jason. I go. I'm a Jets fan. I go, you're my quarterback. He's like, I'm your quarterback.
He played
I'm
along
like, "You're
the
my
whole
quarterback."
way.
You up? That's
Quarterback. And then we hugged each
That's
other.
great.
I didn't say anything. I mean, and now
He's
he's
a
mad at
legend
me.
for going with
Now
it.
I get it.
See,
That's
like
good.
you
That's
got to
good.
go
was
with it the
amazing.
next time someone thinks you're edge.
I mean, all right.
Okay.
Play along.
How much baseball have you watched as you retired from baseball?
Quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
We definitely
No.
believe you based off what you were
Totally
saying
believe
before
you.
we started
I've been
rolling.
to some playoff games and some World Series. And
Okay.
I watched a lot of kids games, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Not as much regular season these
The
days.
regular season to me is, I mean, it doesn't matter. That's why with the whole thing with they're trying to like make the game go faster.
Right.
Like, does anybody watch? Like, who cares? Like, you wake up in the morning and like whoever won and lost, that's all you care about. I mean, the stains are the stains. I mean,
Right.
who cares if it takes 5 days to play a game? I don't get it.
David Wells just told. He's been saying the same thing to us for a couple of years. Like he doesn't watch any baseball. He finds it boring. He doesn't like the game.
I mean, it's
You guys played the game.
well, I mean, it's valuable. The games are valuable. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
Like, I don't have to watch to
Right.
to think this sport's great. But I mean, the whole rule changes and the pitch clocks and the whole thing to speed it up. I mean, I guess I'm just not a big enough fan to care. Like I play the game. Let it play out.
Did you like the game when you were playing it?
Oh, I love the game. I think it's the greatest game ever. But I love playing it. I don't.
Right.
Right, watching.
I don't. I
Were
mean,
you ever someone that watched? Like, were you
but,
someone that was a
the game
huge
could
fan
be
when you
on.
grew up?
I mean, all you gotta do is glance over
Yep.
for
Right.
millisecond. It's like that's
There's
your,
the action.
That's why it's
Yeah,
great.
it's
That
3-1
game's
in the
perfect
fifth,
for
right.
people like Shane Victorino with ADHD. Like those, you only gotta pay attention for an instant, and then the rest of it doesn't matter.
And you could be looking at
That's
anything
why,
else in
like,
the outfield.
We're all a bunch of crackheads out there.
What were you guys talking about out in those outfields in Philly when it was you and Shane and the rest
Nothing
of the crew?
of substance. I mean, it was just mindless
shit.
chatter. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever pops in the brain. Between the two of us, it was. I don't think anything got accomplished out there.
That seemed like a really fun team. Are there any sort of like legendary
Blast.
stories from there you
Last-
want to
yeah,
share?
I'm Chase and Jimmy were here last year.
Right.
So it was the four of us, and kind of like, you don't get to see those guys very often. But if you win together, you guys are like, you're brothers for life.
Right.
So to see them is great. But disappointing they're not here. But they had other stuff. They have like real life things going on that they.
Who needs real life? This
join
is
us here
Tahoe.
at
Those things don't seem to
Come on.
concern you at
Yeah,
all.
we're like in Neverland out here. I don't know.
Do you ever have real life things going on, Jason?
Constantly every day.
But he goes through them just like that. He goes through them just like that.
It's unbelievable. I mean, a sea of cool people are here, and you're the cool.
We were
It's
playing a
amazing.
game
place is
earlier,
great.
a playoff game for your life. So we
Yes.
had a few different pitchers that we had on the list. David Wells was one of them. We had Josh Beckett on that list, who we know you went up against a number of times.
I got my first hit off Boomer.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you give him about that
Every
out
time
here?
I see him.
I mean,
No,
why
I'm
wouldn't
just
you?
kidding. Boomer's the best. He's one of
He's
my
like the
favorite
mayor
people.
here.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome.
There's a lot of people vying for mayor. Not Jason Werth, though.
No, that's a terrible job.
Just hanging out.
Comes with the responsibility.
Yeah, everybody hates you. It's terrible. Can't make anybody happy.
Right.
Brutal.
This is perfect.
All right, keep going with your question.
So going to
Game
so
for your
going to
life.
going to this
Right.
game.
Oh, my God.
Josh
Back to the
Beckett,
interview,
Josh
got it.
Beckett, David Wells. We had Roger Clemens on that list. Jack Morris was a
So
name.
you have to choose a story.
You have to
Your
choose.
life depends on the outcome of this game. It's a little bit, dramatic.
One
we
guy?
understand. Yeah,
one guy to get the start in a
Right.
playoff game
Yeah.
to save you. Maybe
So
your
Wells said
family.
Pettit.
Oh,
That's who he
I
went
think
with.
I think I know who Jason's gonna go with.
I would go with Cliff Lee.
Yeah,
There he is.
Wow.
he was either going
He
Cliff Lee
was
or Roy
Roy
Halladay.
Halladay.
Wow,
Roy
Doc.
Halladay.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he
Roy
was the
Halladay's the
greatest
man.
Yep.
It would be Cliff 1, Doc 2.
Who was the guy in your career that gave you the most fits when you were?
I guess
hitting?
I should put Cole on that list too.
Put
Cole
Cole?
did win me in World Series, so
Yeah, that's true.
Cole 1, Cliff 2, Roy
Okay,
2.
there you
Sorry.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
Blacked
doesn't
out- blacked
matter,
out for a
Jason.
moment.
It doesn't matter.
That
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, there was we're based out of Miami, and I grew up a Marlins fan, and if there was one game
That's
for
too
our
bad.
lives, and it was randomly Jamie Moyer, I was terrible.
Oh
Like,
God,
that guy
he used to
owned 'em.
dominate the
It
Marlins.
could be worse, though. You could be a Mets fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's me.
That's him.
Don't worry, he's a Mets fan that doesn't know who Francisco Lindor is.
Mets, that only a Mets fan would go up to Jake Owen.
I want to call you, but I can't.
Yeah, when you've got
too
this
cool.
relaxed of a
I
vibe.
know.
He's
You're
too cool, man. He's the coolest guy
I
ever.
love
right?
you. I really do.
I can't believe that Adam Copeland anecdote. That is such a great story. I hope the
I actually
wrestling
was
blogs-
cheering for the Mets this year, first time ever.
Why?
Max, I mean,
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
right. That's
Max
your
goes
guy.
there, and I'm like, I'm gonna bite the bullet.
That's very nice of
Root
you.
for the Mets.
I'm like, it's so stupid. All-Star break, it's like,
Right.
Not the best choice.
Mets. I mean, what is it, the largest payroll of all time?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mets.
Only the Mets could do this to Max.
Yeah, it's too bad. That's it. I mean, it's a real thing. I mean,
What,
They-
the Mets being bad?
yeah, I mean, they had that year they were good. I was a little kid. I was
That
like,
year they were good.
I have a Daryl Strawberry bobblehead in my room still. I mean,
86.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
I'm
was,
still living off that year.
well,
Yep.
Yeah.
How's the golf game, man?
I mean, who cares?
Who cares?
I'm just trying to
cares?
get invited back next year. Just
That's all it
Don't-
is.
up for me.
No, this is it. This is good.
I think you might have clinched it with this
We're-
interview.
yeah, we're
honestly.
sending you into superstardom.
Invited back to the show or to the tournament?
No, I don't ever want to come on the
'Cause you're
show
welcome
again.
on
But I do want to come back here. Oh, I love this place. This place is great. Amazing.
You
All
can-
these people. I mean,
Yeah.
how did you guys get invited?
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I
just
I
got
honestly
snuck in.
don't
Yeah.
know. Like we
There
do a
wasn't
show that
any
some
other-
people like.
There wasn't any other shows available to come, or
Well, there's one right over there.
Yeah, they're
Kansas
from-
City
There's a
show,
Kansas
and,
City local radio. Like
The
we got
guys at
this-
NBC happen to like our show. So they invite
We're
us.
also the only people who
that's what
could
you gotta
convince
get
our
in good with
company to
NBC.
pay for it.
Yeah,
Right.
I've learned
Get in
that.
with someone.
I've learned that.
Exactly.
Go to NBC.
Trying, if you
I'm
know-
not sure you're aware
know
of this
anybody.
or that you would care, but we were talking over dinner about mouthwads, chaw dogs in the sport of baseball, and I Googled it, and you came up on a list. It was like top 10 mouthwads in the history of the game.
Yeah, I have been told this.
Yeah.
I've never chewed once ever.
So what
Is
do-
this
did
just
you
the
have
beard?
seeds?
I don't know. I never had seeds or anything.
Nothing.
The people would bring me like spitter. I'm like, do I have a growth on the side of my face? I don't know. It's one of
You
those
never
things.
had a
Really?
mouthwad.
Yeah, it's a weird.
How
it's a
are you
This
on
is
this
Mandela
list?
effect.
Yeah.
This is we all believe that it happened,
Right, I
and
know.
yet
This
it
is
didn't
one of
actually
those
happen.
things. I'm like, I don't know. It's unexplainable. I got nothing for you.
Do I have a growth on the side? of
I'm
my
like,
I
face?
can't believe this.
I don't
Well,
dip. I don't. Chew,
you
I
also
don't-
had an amazing beard. You still have a great beard, but you had a huge, thick
At
beard
times,
during
yeah,
your
at
career
times,
at times.
yeah.
Is there any guy in Major League Baseball history who you look at like, all right, that guy's beard could rival the beard that I had?
I mean,
No,
I
nobody.
don't really.
Brian Wilson doesn't
I don't
stand
really
out?
Look at other guys'
Beards.
anything.
I mean,
Right.
well,
Like
as a beard
admiring
man,
him.
Just hanging
no,
out.
dude, as
Yeah.
a dude that grows out the mullet and the beard constantly, I do kind of pattern my game after Jason Werth's mid 2010s look over there. So you
Yeah,
got a
you got-
strong beard game.
You got it going on. You got the 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this.
He does.
He's
yeah.
got the waterfall back there.
15,
He too
15
looks
years
like Aaron
ago,
Rodgers,
14
does
years
he
ago.
not? Seriously.
To you, I'm sure. Everybody does. There he is.
Hey, there's Aaron. Why are you giving me the bird? Why are you giving me the finger?
It's perfect. It's perfect. Oh my God.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
All right.
Oh, my
I
God.
have better things to do.
Yeah.
I'm mortified.
Dude, Jason Werth.
Jason
Worth
Werth.
is getting
Thank
out of
you
here.
so much.
Yeah.
I
Yo,
hope it was
you're-
worth it.
All right, it was a good
Take a
time.
picture.
Thanks.
Take a
We'll
picture.
talk to you
Aaron
next year,
Rodgers and
right?
Edge. All right, 5, 4.
Yeah, let's do it right when the rocket
yeah.
comes. Let's do this. Yeah, 5, 4. Hey, can we have a jet come over,
3,
please? Thank
just
you very
go
much.
with him.
1.
Yeah,
Miz
there we
is
go.
Miz, go.
There it is.
Miz is actually so chummy, so nice. We golfed with him last year. He didn't remember us at all.
Not a chance.
Well,
I was like, they walked up. Hey, remember us? Yep, sure do. Totally remember
Playing
you.
the game.
Walked over to the podcast, came back. Hey, can we do it? Yeah, sure. I looked at the name. I went, oh yeah. And then it was still clicking. Then I started talking. I went, we did play last year.
You
Yes,
spent
we
5
did.
hours with me, Miz.
5 hours.
We were the really
It was a
golfers.
good time.
No, I mean, we didn't take it that seriously because we're bad, but we appreciated our time with you. And my main takeaway from hanging out with you last year is you're always on. You're
Always
just
on,
You're
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
you know what these moments, especially when it's the little kids, you know what that means for them in that moment, and you want everybody to come away with a great impression of their Miz experience.
Well, I remember when I was a kid going to like the Cleveland Guardians games,
Mhm.
and I would go, and whenever a baseball player would come up to me and sign an autograph, they'd become my instant favorite player.
Yeah.
And I still remember those days, like Mark Lewis. Nobody remembers Mark Lewis, but I do.
It's a great
because he
name.
would come over and sign autographs for me. Every time my dad would take me to a game, and so I remember those moments, and so these kids get those moments with so many celebrities are here today, like so many. I mean, big names that you want to see and you want to get their autograph, and to see the smiles on their faces. I mean, that's what this is all about. Granted, a little bit of competition too.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, yeah, no,
But not
Miz,
for us.
but Miz,
not for us.
No.
We're out here to have
But
fun,
Miz, you're one of
baby.
the guys.
We
I don't-
blew up a couch for this. That's right. That's right.
we just want to lay low, be affable, and make sure we keep getting the invites.
Yes.
That's just the move out here.
That is the move, isn't it? Like
Yes.
getting the invite. The
Yeah.
invite is the hardest invite I've ever seen out of anything.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people come up to you and like ask you, "Can you plug it?
How'd you get it?
Right.
Like,
Well, how
have
did you
all
get
the-
it?
Huh? I don't know. I don't know. I submitted my name and they said, okay. And I go, I will do whatever you need me to do.
Attaboy.
Because I want to keep, this is my favorite week.
Yeah.
Like this
Ours
week,
too.
isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like on camera and on radio, and you don't understand unless you're here and get to see it and feel it. The weather's impeccable. The audience is ready to see something fun, and it's fun it's competitive, but it's not that serious. You know,
Yeah,
that's what I love about it.
The vistas are incredible. Every hole has like a different microclimate. It's unbelievable. Like stugotz covers the Super Bowl every year. We've gone to a lot of big time sporting events, and I think pretty
my favorite
yeah,
one.
it's
Yeah.
consensus.
Easily.
this is our favorite event.
Yeah.
We're trying to get
Well,
the entire.
WrestleMania should be.
Well, I go to WrestleMania every
That actually
year.
is Mike's favorite
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
Truth
It really
be
is
told.
his
Yes.
Oh,
authentically.
dude.
Yes.
The Bad Bunny first WrestleMania in Tampa after COVID, like that whole program. That was there was a race war in the stands, but that was electric for us. Like that, and you put him over. He made everybody look so good in that WrestleMania.
Bad
I go
Bunny
every
put
year.
himself over.
Oh, yeah.
He worked very hard for that match, and love him or hate him, Logan Paul has put together
Dude.
a nice little resume in WWE.
Yeah.
Not many people come into WWE and are able to make it click and make it work. Bad Bunny and Logan Paul are just immensely talented. I'll even give it up for Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Now Pat
Oh.
McAfee, on the other hand, I'm not really happy about.
What Snoop did with you in WrestleMania. For those that aren't familiar with it, like
He sucker punched me.
yeah,
twice.
But Shane got hurt on his way to the ring.
Seriously hurt.
Like father, like son. And I guess I don't know if you run through like
Well, he was
backup
going
plans.
up against me, so
Yeah.
anytime that you go up against me in a WWE ring, you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah. So,
But then
what
Snoop
Snoop
Dogg
did,
slides in and sucker punches me, and then puts a people's elbow on me, and I'm like, "What is this? What is this? Only at WrestleMania, baby."
so you were host of WrestleMania. You make Pat look good. What? It's actually
$10,000
really.
suit on.
Yeah.
And I was wrestling in it because they were impromptu matches for 2 nights that I didn't know about.
Do you feel the immense trust? Obviously, you're great with the media. You're affable. Everyone loves their experience with the Miz. In the ring, though, it's not a coincidence that they trust you with Bad Bunny, with McAfee, with Logan Paul. All these
pretty
guys.
good.
Yeah, they're all pretty good in their own right. But it's still, I mean, you honed your craft for years and years and years. And a lot of the responsibility in making those guys look good is incumbent upon the professional across the ring from them. And you should have you should wear that like a badge of honor, because these guys look incredible. They look like naturals, and you're a huge part of that.
I'm guessing he probably does, though, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you want a Mike answer or a Miz answer, but Mike answer would be, I got taught by some of the greatest of all time. I was able to be taught by the Triple H's, the Shawn Michaels, the John Cena's, the Randy Ortons. I've gotten in the ring with all of them and gotten to study and learn and observe and be a sponge. So now for me to be at this level where I am, now it's my turn. It's my turn to do what they did for me, to make me understand how to be a main eventer, how to get there, and how to be great. Can you shut up? Just kidding.
I want to hear the Miz answer, though.
You turn on the Miz answer.
I want the
there,
Miz
Mike.
answer.
The Miz answer is just like, yeah, I'm the greatest of all time. No one can stop me. They only can hope to contain me. And anytime you're in the ring with me, you should be bow down because you are with greatness.
Yeah.
Stay there,
And you're
please,
gonna look
okay?
amazing. 'Cause I'm great.
What's the first thing that you would teach to any of these guys? As you say you were taught by some of the greatest. What's the first thing that is some of these like celebrities?
I have to get in the ring. I have to get in the ring with them and see where they're at athletically, physically,
Like what they need.
and what they can do, and mentally where they are in that ring. And then once I start getting a feel for them, I can understand. Okay, we can try this or this or this. It's a learning process, you know. I mean, so every person is different. Every superstar is different. Every celebrity is different. So I can't tell you one thing or another. I will not do like for you. I might do something different for you or different for you. So it's all different.
Yeah, I want to back to this most recent WrestleMania where you're hosting. Your job is really amplify the entertainment aspects of the grandest stage of them all and the spectacle of it. You have these surprise matches for your character, a recent WWE champion for your second reign. When the Shane injury happens and you already know that your role on the show is like, I'm going to put these other people over. Now I'm taking a people's elbow to Snoop Dogg. Now I'm jobbing to Snoop Dogg. But you roll with it and egoless. And I'm not really sure there's a question in this, more as like your career amazes me.
I think he's looking at you strange, though. Like, there's ego there,
he's
Mike.
He's a two-time champion, and wins and losses mean.
What you're saying, and I get that you look at it that way. I look at it as there are, 100,000 people at SoFi Stadium in attendance, millions watching at home. It's my job. It's our job as WWE Superstars, as a production crew. I mean, it's not just me. There's production. There's so many people behind the scenes that are working towards making a moment that will last a lifetime, something that you could share with your family, that literally a child will literally walk out of there and talk for 20 years about this moment. And so it's our job to give them that moment. So there's no ego involved because I want them to have that moment.
It's cool.
It's pretty impressive, and I understand what you're saying, but it's an outlier. There are some wins and losses matter in that profession. Even though
they do. No, trust me, I know they do. I didn't win for 200 plus days, and last Monday was my first win. Trust me, I know they matter. That matters.
You needed a win,
People were like, oh, it doesn't matter. No, it matters. Winning
year?
and losing matters.
Almost a year.
Yes, 200 plus days.
Now that you were counting,
and I was like,
He had some ones since the last time he saw us.
And I'm almost right. I think it was you guys are the reason. I blame you.
Yeah.
Hopefully our golf game didn't rub off on you. Last year, one of our main takeaways was how serious you were taking everything. You really took this as a teaching opportunity for yourself, and you got great advice from everybody. Your caddy was really involved with you. How far has your game come since we saw you last year?
I think I'm much better. I'm still not at the level that I want to be at, but this game is very difficult. It's a very difficult game, and I will be as ready as I need to be. Will I be up with Tony Romo? I doubt it,
Right.
but it's 2,500 to 1.
Yeah.
And that's good odds.
Are you telling us to put a flyer on the Miz?
Everyone thinks that they
Put
flyer
a dollar
on
on
A little
me.
flyer on the Miz? Is that what you're telling us?
$500. Who cares, right?
No one works harder.
Are we moving quicker? Because the reputation around the Miz last year was he's putting some stuff together, but man, he takes a long time.
So
That was my Miz. I want to be honest with you, and I'll say it right to your face. That was my feedback to Mike.
For 1 year.
I'm like, hey, can this guy shoot already?
All I've been doing is getting up to the ball and swinging and going. So my assistant and my assistant and my caddy from last year were like, dude, you've been really working. I go, what do you mean? He goes, you took you're half-time, half of the time you take now, which, by the way, is still a long time.
Still a long time.
I know I take a long time.
I took a nap during one of your setups.
Out there.
Yeah. We were the last people here on the course on Thursday. All the spectators had left. They were mowing at 18.
I remember last year, I don't know if you remember this, but I went up to you and I said, hey, the longer you stand over the ball, the more you think about it. And I was trembling. I was shaking. But you're a perfectionist. Like, we see you out here working, and I'm assuming you're like that in every single aspect of your life,
Yeah,
right?
I literally have my clubs right here. I'm about to go practice. I've already done 18.
You're the last guy here.
Yeah, I know. And I probably will still be the last guy there. But I want to do well. Like, anytime I'm given an opportunity, I want to make sure that I'm prepared for it and that I do the best I possibly can, because I don't want to look back on it with regrets. So why not work really, really hard and dedicate yourself so you can be the best possible version of yourself? And sometimes, by the way, I'll probably fail. Yeah. But at least with those failures, I can literally look back at it and go, you know what? I might have failed, but I did as best I possibly can. I'm not going to be great at everything, but I'm going to try to be great.
And you apply that to everything.
Everything.
For those that are unfamiliar.
Even this interview.
Pass
on a
with
blow-up
flying
couch.
colors.
Yes.
With guys you don't remember.
With clubs? Whose clubs? Those aren't even your clubs, by the way.
These are mine. Oh,
Don't judge my clubs.
Look at this.
Don't judge my
ratty travel bag.
Is Big Bertha still a thing?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a boomstick.
Yeah.
That's a boomstick right there. You want to get out of the way when that one comes out.
Back in like when I was a child.
Yeah.
Was that club 20 years old?
Yeah. Oh, no. This one's brand new. Okay. Barely used. I haven't golfed since I golfed with you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So
it was such an experience that you're like, I'm not golfing for it.
You really turned me off.
I'm only golfing with the Miz.
We're not golfing until Miz wins again.
You really turned me off to the whole sport.
That's it. I'm going to wait for this guy 5 minutes to hit one ball.
Well, even though you took forever, and you really did, we enjoyed our time with you. You were a superstar to your fans and a superstar hanging out with us. And for those unfamiliar with Miz's career and how difficult it was for him to break into the business and earn people's respect, to ascend to the heights that he did, a 2-time WWE champion, and now to be egoless and not have a spot in WrestleMania and be the host and do the absolute best that he can do with it. He's unlike anybody in the history of professional wrestling in that respect. So much credit to you, sir.
Thanks to that. I appreciate it. And I'll remember you next year.
I hope so. I just put you over, brother. I just put you over.
For all those beautiful things, I'll remember you now.
You still don't remember us.